what sport would you recommend everyone at least try
Hmm. Um,
for fitness and longevity and things like that?
okay, well, that was my next question. Okay, what are you looking to accomplish? In terms of sport, sport is so specific in terms of people's preference and what their liking is, and it's such a cultural thing that it's
Mm,
hard really to pick a sport. Whereas, if you go anywhere basically outside of the U.S., and for the most part, they're going to immediately say soccer. And soccer, you're getting so much out of. It can be scaled to your ability, where you have smaller fields, you have 3v3, you have 77, and all those different options. So there's a lot of scalability in there depending on your age and your abilities and all those things. So it is really the beautiful game in that it can be adapted in that way. And I know I'm going to make a lot of fans over where you are in Europe with that answer. And so that would be, as far as a sport. Now, as far as activity, it doesn't necessarily have to be a sport, but one thing that what people don't think about a whole lot that I'd love to see more people do is sprint. Now, I don't mean go right now if you've been sitting on the couch, jump
wow.
up and start running, 100-meter repeats. That is not what I'm talking about. You need to build up to this, and you need to make sure you have the prerequisite, movement abilities and mobility and control and so forth, and then gradually build up to it so we're not popping hamstrings and hip flexors. But once we can get to that point, there's so much that can be gotten. If you're giving me the desert island list of top 5 things, sprinting's going to be towards the top as well, right up there with deadlifting and some other ones. And because sprinting covers a lot of boxes. You could use sprinting for developing, obviously, speed and power. If you're looking to build athleticism and so forth, and that's also important not just for athleticism if you're going to go on a field, but also one of the biggest things we lose as we age, even more than our fitness, even more than our muscles, our power is our fastest diminishing attribute.
Hmm,
And power, when we think of power, we're thinking, okay, I'm thinking of somebody doing some explosive thing in the Olympics or on television.
right.
Power for somebody who's an older individual is, can you get your foot out in front of you fast enough so you don't fall and break your hip.
Wow.
Power is your ability that, if you start to fall, you can catch yourself. Those sorts of things are power as well. So, and that's something that we lose the fastest. And so there's great amounts of that. And then if I take that sprinting, I can also use that as a great conditioning tool. A lot of times when we think of cardiovascular work and conditioning, we're only thinking of kind of steady state. I'm going to put on the television, and just go for at a steady pace for a while, or I'm going to go out for a run and I'm just going to put on my headphones and just go at a steady pace, which certainly has its value, but there's different compartments within cardiovascular and aerobic training. And one of those compartments is a more high intensity that unfortunately not enough people get to. And that helps build our ceiling. That helps build our what's called our VO2 max, which is our maximum ability to uptake oxygen. And they've found that may be one of the biggest predictors of longevity. So figure out a way to get your body able to handle sprinting, and that
Hmm.
is a incredible thing that I love to see people do, and it's incredibly empowering to just go run as fast as you can. We did it as kids, and we lose that ability.